I would bust
after a while.
The whole cut, it would just cut everything.
Alright, so the question I'm getting at is, when you're writing a song, what do you have in mind? Like, if you're writing to me, what influences you to write to me, or what message are you trying to get across to me?
Certain songs just come to, I get woken up by songs that want to be written.
Okay.
The next single after Busted, it's called With All My Love. Mm-hmm. And it literally woke me up. It wanted to be written. It was that, you know, if you kind of sleep 8 hours and you're in that place between asleep and awake, and melodies will just come to me. Yeah. And it was taunting me, and then it started getting good. And then I was getting ready to go back down to that deep sleep, and I jumped up and said, I'm going to be real pissed if I wake up and can't remember it. Yeah. So I got my voice recorder, it's on my phone, and I just started writing. I said, well, me and my fat ass up out of bed now that I wrote the chorus and finished writing it. So sometimes you know, you become a slave to the creative process. Songs just wake me up that want to be written. And then there's a song on the new album called Change Begins With Me. Mm-hmm. And it's just sort of about the state of the world. Sometimes you see things or different things that happen. I think I wrote that, it was during one of the natural disasters, and just seeing and we're such receptors of energy. You know, you're watching that TV and you're absorbing all that energy. Yeah. And I guess it was just all that energy was pent up inside me, and that was just my way of sort of releasing it. And so that's where Change Begins With Me came from, just all that hurt, kind of watching that and absorbing it. So it depends, you know, when that energy becomes pent up enough, that's how I let it out. That's my outlet. Music is my outlet.
Do you ever experience writer's block?
Oh, yeah.
How do you get past that?
You just have to leave it alone.
Oh, so you just leave it alone?
You just leave it be. Good Love, the second single off the first album. Mm-hmm. I wanted a particular sounding song. Mm-hmm. We listened to a lot of 70s soul, and I was like, I want a song like that. What could I write? And I pushed, and I pushed, and I pushed, and nothing would happen. I said, you know what? I'm just leave this big. Mm-hmm. That's what come when it comes. Okay. And I was making grilled ham and cheese on the George Foreman grill, and I wrote the song in 10 minutes, and that's why that song's called Good Love, Grilled Ham and Cheese. And I called my cousin, I said, I think this is good. You gotta listen to it, you know, because I wrote it so quick. So you just gotta leave it alone.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take that advice, because I write.
Leave it be, man. Because the more you push,
with your questions last night, your questions, I'm like, you know what? I'm getting tired, you know, because I'm just thinking and thinking.
Exactly.
I'm still not done.
And then you read it the next day, and you're like, I'm come back.
Yeah.
I'm come back. I was tired when I heard that.
All right. What is your favorite song that you've written? And then tell me why.
At this current point, it's got to be the single that comes out after this, With All My Love. Okay. It's just I can't help but smile when I sing it. And I like it because it's a love song and about love that I've experienced, but it's fun because it's also like the one line is, you know, take all of me with all my love. Like I'm giving you all of me with all the love that I know and feel and have for you. And it's just kind of fun to be able to, because that's the way I feel, you know. I always say in my music, I hope you can hear my heart and my love because I'm giving it to you with all my heart and all my love. So I hope that people feel that because I'm projecting that, and I hope that they feel it on the receiving end. So I really love the message sort of behind it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you answer my next question. What's your favorite song to sing? Well, there you go.
Right now, I sing it around the house. Like I don't really listen to my own music like that unless I really dig it, and I dig this song.
Can I put you on the spot?
Yeah.
Can you sing a line or two?
All my love?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna sing for us, y'all. You ain't gotta worry about me singing this time.
You ready? Can you snap at me?
Sure.
Alright, ready? 5, 6, 7. Baby, take all of me. I'm forever in your love. Baby, take everything, 'cause the power is just too strong. Baby, take all I have, all the day through and all the night long. Baby, take all of me with all my love. And that's my new.
Don't worry about Snaps Up for Tony. Snaps Up for Tony.
That's fun. It's a fun song.
Great. I gotta wait a while to get our snaps.
Okay.
No, I'm not singing tonight. Come on, y'all gotta give me some more snaps for Tony. I'm not finishing this thing until y'all give me some more snaps. I want to see some snaps for Tony. Ruby, don't worry, I'll sing for you later on.
Snap. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
I'll take that.
Oh, shit is on. Okay. I'm snapped several times. See,
all right, I'll take that.
We loving Tony over here.
I love it.
So, as I was reading your website, I read a little bit about you, and I know you like Janet and Michael and Prince and things like people like that.
Definitely.
So, are these the people who influenced your music? Or
Definitely.
Because when I was listening to Get It, which we're going to play the video later on, I'm like, okay, I can definitely see Janet.
Yeah,
I can definitely see Janet in that. But then the style of the video, and like, okay, this band is really creative.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
So like, other than the three I mentioned, like any other influences musically?
Diana Ross. My first.
I didn't want to say that.
Yeah,
I want to give you
my first. Yeah, I mean, in 2 years, my parents brought home Diana Ross live at Caesar's Palace, 1979 concert, and I was on my mom's coffee. My poor mom, I really owe her a new coffee. that was my stage.
Hopefully, like, you started to take a tumble on it.
No, until I almost broke it, it was my stage. You know, and I had the blanket wrapped around me, singing on whatever I thought looked like a microphone. So Diana Ross was really my first love, and Diana Ross, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Janet Jackson. Tina Turner, Prince, Michael. God, so I go on and on and on. Wow. I should have brought my old vinyls, like everybody, Donna Summer, just all of them. Really, I like a lot of old. I'm an old head.
Before you came out, I was singing a little Donny Hathaway.
Okay.
But so how long have you been singing professionally?
Professionally, well, I started Little T Entertainment in 2008.
So what's Little T Entertainment?
It is my record company, my entertainment company. That was when I released my first record. I mean, I had been singing in clubs and different things like that. Probably, I want to say since I was about 16.
Oh, wow.
I started dancing professionally between 13 and 14.
Okay.
And which wasn't the plan. The plan was to be a singer first. It just so happened I was in the right place at the right time and started dancing professionally first. Excuse me. So, really, like, real deal releasing records since 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm lying. 2006, 2004, because I had gotten over the indie label in Philly, released something, and it really wasn't a good fit, so we parted ways.
Okay.
So
that's when you started, at least.
Yeah, that's when I started. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. This might be interesting. Have you met your biggest fan yet?
Have I met my biggest fan yet? I don't know. I like to think my mom and my sister are probably my biggest fans.
Okay.
But I mean, whenever I have I have the best fans. I mean, people are so awesome and so sweet, and it's really incredible now that we have things like Facebook and Twitter. After
me, because my fans who watching the show are the best.
Okay, I thought you were afraid on that.
Those are the best fans right there.
I don't want to trouble. But no, it's people are so sweet, and even people that see me out on the street. And, I might be bumming at that day. I love my sweats and my Phillies ball cap and stuff like that. But people are really sweet, I have to say. So I enjoy everybody. It's a good experience.
So what did it feel like when the first fan came up to you and recognized you? Oh my God, you're Tony Enos.
I always feel so silly. I always feel goofy and like... Yeah. Or if people ask you to sign something, I really feel like a dork. Yeah. I'm like, you sure?
I remember the first time I got an autograph.
I feel so dumb.
You know what I do, right?
But it feels funny, though. It's like,
like I asked like 1,000 times, you sure?
That's what I do. Exactly.
No, seriously, you're not just playing. Like, I don't want to be all egotistical and arrogant or nothing. Like, you sure?
Or then you sign it and they're like,
I was just playing. Okay. Move on. I'm gonna skip that one. What was the recording process like for you, just for this album? Because one song can take 1,000 years. So
this album has gotten off the ground very slowly. It was supposed to be out in March, so that should give you an idea. But with the first album, I learned that there's our time and then there's God's time.
Yeah. And
it's going to come out when God knows it's time, when it's good and ready. So learning to let go and let God has been and I'm kind of a control freak, so it's difficult for me, and in retrospect, it's like if you don't set a goal, you never move to, if you just kind of say, oh, well, it happens when it happens, it's like you never move toward it. That part's difficult for me, to just sit back and go. all right, okay, I'm gonna chill out, and it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So we've gotten off to a bit of a slow pace, but there's obviously reason behind it. And just like with the first album, you know, you learn later on, you're like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
You know, God let it happen when it did.
So what happened that said, ooh, I gotta record these songs, I gotta do another album?
I didn't have any intention to do another album for about 2-3 years, and then I wrote the title song for the new album, The Champ. You know, new album's called The Champ, and then I wrote...
We'll get to that too.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I see everything aligned. That was the missing piece to the puzzle. And I wrote that song, and I looked at all the other songs, and it just aligned. And I was like, I have to. I felt compelled for some reason. You know,
so who are you trying to reach? Like, who's your audience or your target with the music that you write? Like, who are you writing to? You said you, but who is you?
You is anyone who feels like... I always feel like, well, if I feel this way, there must be a million other people out there. The reason why the first album was so sexually driven, at first I was kind of, and I even said to my partner who's the VP of my company, I was like, is this too much? When you look at everything, you look at the lyrical content, and then, you know, you have to slap the parental advisory pull in there. And I said, is it too much? Am I, and with the kids, am I being too much? And he said, no. Because number one, they're going to have sex anyway, whether you sing about it or not.
Yeah.
And number two, you're a voice for them. The kids that are somewhere who might not have the guts to say it, you're saying it for them. And that's kind of where I really write. There's a kid somewhere saying, hey, you know, they're hearing me say the things that they're thinking and feeling, but maybe can't say it for themselves or don't have the chops to say it for themselves, but they're going, I'm not alone. Somebody else feels that way. And that's really what it's all. And they've written me and they told me, it's pretty cool. You have a kid write and say, you gave me the strength to come out to my mom.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, that's all it takes is that one, and that's why we do what we do. You know what I mean? So that's really the person that, you know, it's for everybody. Anybody that'll sort of take my heart, because that's what I'm giving. I'm giving you my music. I'm really giving you my heart. You know, I'm bearing it all to you. So anybody that'll sort of take it with open arms, it's for them.
Okay. Now, I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at these questions like, okay, I need to hurry up. These questions.
How you doing? I'm glad.
Oh, we got 15 minutes.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, they don't even seem like it's an hour. But, all right. Oh gosh, I don't have all these questions, and I want to get to them all. But
if I promise to answer them fast,
I don't know if I want to. I'd rather like cut them down and like let you give me the genuine, sincere me instead of a quick
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. This is your show, Dan.
And if I go a little bit over, just don't tell someone.
I won't do that.
So, I'm going to skip that. What has been the highlight of your career to date?
That. When I get let... That, I had a young teenage boy and a young girl write and tell me that I listened to my music and I gave them the courage to come out to their mothers. And then I had a gentleman in service write me a letter, an email, saying he was in Iraq. He listened to my music every morning in the gym. It got him going and helped him to face the day.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm a piss eye. I will cry. You know, I started leaking in her, and I sat there and cried and read it, and I called my mom and read it to her, and we cried together. Wow. That was incredible. And then when the suicides were going on, I did a video just against suicides, and someone who's a follower on Twitter, I think, or on Facebook, said that a friend of hers came out to her mom. It didn't go well. She was going to kill herself. Wow. She watched my video and changed her mind. Wow. And I got the email like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And again, I called my mom. Me and my mom cry together. We're like team cry. We are team cry. We are team cry. But so I called her and read it to her, and we cried together. So I'd say those are really the highlights. You know,
that's awesome. Yeah. That's major right there. It's not like, oh well, I got a lot of people who sing like, no, you reaching lives. You can't
ask for better than that. I mean, for somebody to say just wanted you to know that you saved somebody's life, blew me. I'm telling you, I was no good. I cried the rest of the night. You know, it was amazing. That is that's why we do what we do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
Wow. I guess I can skip some of these. All right, so when you're not recording or touring, what are you doing first? Like, what do you work? What do you do in the work world?
I'm heavily involved in the HIV prevention field. It really came about. The first album, I decided to start a small nonprofit foundation, donate a portion of the record sales to AMFAR, the American Federation for AIDS Research. Check them out, amfar.org. I believe they've been at the forefront since the early onset, fighting to find a cure. And then a good friend of mine, Quincy Green, shout out to Quincy.
Which, if I can...
Yeah.
Last week, if you guys were watching, Quincy was the guy who I was talking to on the phone, and he gave us all that good information. So, Quincy was on the phone broadcasting.
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, so he was with us last week, and maybe we'll get you guys to come back and have him sitting with us.
That would be cool.
He's like, when's my interview?
I know, right?
So, that's actually how I met Tony.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry for cutting you.
No, you're fine. Quincy and I have known each other since I was a teenager.
Okay.
He has his own nonprofit, the Educational Justice Coalition. Check them out, ejconline.org. They are basically committed to the academic and professional and personal growth of LGBTQ youth. He hired my company to do marketing and branding and promotions for him. And then this project, this Brothers United project, came down the line. It's a CDC-funded intervention focused on changing the negative thoughts and feelings around safer sex and condom usage in our community, in the Black MSM community. Yeah. And he fought for me to be on it.
Can you explain what MSM is?
I apologize. MSM is really a CDC term. It means men who have sex with men. The government stopped funding gay. There was a point where they were like, oh, if it's gay, we're not funding it. So they sort of came up with MSM, to sort of, I don't want to say get around it, but then there are people who don't face on themselves gay, not even bisexual. I get it in when I get in where I fit it, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? So MSM is more all-encompassing. Okay. And Quincy fought for me to be on it. He asked me if I would do it, if I would basically be his partner on the project. He's the senior, I'm the junior. Okay. And I said yeah, and we've just been seeing
since you guys have been working together.
December.
Okay, so it's still kind of like fresh.
It's very, December on the Brothers United project.
Oh, on this project. Okay.
Exactly. And look us up on Facebook, Brothers United Philadelphia, and we're just basically trying to get everybody to start using condoms. We've come off so victimized by HIV, but somebody agrees to have sex without that condom.
And can I be honest with you guys? This guy can sing, he can dance. He tells you he's like his mom. He's not lying. When we're sitting in those meetings, this is mom. I'm telling you. And on a sneak tip, this is why I brought this man on this show, because he has a passion. Last time we all got together, I had my camera crew, and you were sharing some information, and from day one, I took you as this man is real. This is just real, like sincere, heartfelt, hilarious, all that good stuff. But more than anything else, real. And when you shared your story about the first time you got reactive, it seemed like everybody just got still.
It got weird. I was cursing Quincy and I was like, I just trying to make me cry on camera. And I said that I was like, I bet Kevin's gonna try to make me cry.
I'm not trying to make you cry. But and I put some questions down, but it's like we're all in some way affected by it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's important that people see, because it's not just the family that's affected. It's not just the individual, but down to the person who reads those test results.
Yeah.
So like you said that you like to. Can you tell a story about when you get a result or when you give a result?
In agreeing to do this project, I had to take CTR training, which is training to be an HIV tester, to test people for HIV. So it's hard because I felt like a monster. I felt like a monster possibly getting ready to tell somebody that they're HIV positive. And I did the first test, and I went home to my mom's. I didn't even go to my house, and I sobbed for hours because, it was negative. But I felt like a monster. He wasn't positive, it was negative. But I just felt like a monster. I was getting ready. I felt like I was going to ruin this kid's life. He was a young kid. And that's the hardest one, these young kids, and they look at you with these big eyes, and it's hard. So now I turn it around so neither of us see it. And then I give the test to them to read back to me. Okay. And then I'm there to provide counsel after. So I'm not saying you're HIV positive. They're telling me what they see, and then I'm there to provide counsel. And it's the only way that I could do it. It's the only way that I could de-villainize myself, because I felt like a monster.
Wow.
So that's the only way I can do it. I can't do it. And everybody, and it's hard because when it comes up, yeah, you're shocked and yeah, you're knocked off your game. And everybody's like, you should really watch it. I can't do it. Yeah. I cannot do it. And I've never, being an artist and it's always been, the energy is just so different, and it's a positive energy, and I want to interact with you, and I want to look in your eyes and see your face and see you smile. And this is a fucking horse of a different color for me. This whole being an HIV tester, and it's all I can do.
Is this what you anticipate, or did you expect to have to deal with it like that when you entered into this line of work?
They told me what I was going to have to deal with, and I put it off as long as I could.
Okay.
And then I started to find my way through it, but that first positive, it was dreadful. It was everything I hoped it wouldn't be. You know, it was hard.
So how many people do you see on a weekly basis that come and get tested?
I mean, it differs. When we have really big weeks, like, you know, last week was Black Gay Pride, and we were just testing nonstop that entire week. You know what I mean? They were in the office, and then we had the testing events afterward, 4, 6, 8 hours, whatever. So on a week like that, I mean, I can't even really give you a number. Wow. So I mean, well over 50, you know, well over 50, you know, in a week. See, it can be, it's draining. It's draining because you're constantly prepared for that positive. Yeah. So you always got that guard up.
So how do you pull yourself together? Like, if you're in that moment and you, like, whether they get the negative reaction or the positive, like, how do you get out of that feel? Because it gets really intense in that moment. Like, how do you pull yourself from that once the patient is gone and you have to pull yourself together to continue with your day? How do you do that?
It's hard. It's really, like I said, I'm a crybaby.
Yeah.
So I try not to do it there. You know, and I suck it back. I try really hard not to start crying. You know, and everybody knows that I'm kind of the rookie on the team. So everybody, and I feel like such a baby. I feel like everybody's like coming to sit with me, like, oh, Tony, you know, I feel like such a crybaby. But it's difficult. Okay. So I kind of suck it up there, and then I may cry at home later or on the way home, or, you know.
Married?
These are gifts from our partner, actually. I think I can't remember if these are Christmas or I can't remember.
He's watching.
I forget. I think Robert's. Hey, Robert Francis. Robert's also VP of my company and my makeup artist.
Oh, cool.
So Robert does the makeup for all the videos, all the shows, and he's a genius. He's amazing.
How long have you guys been together?
6 years. 6 going on 7 years. That's forever in gay years, right?
That is, oh my gosh. Yeah. Me and Smokey, 2 years and 5 months.
That's a minute in gay years too. Anything out of the 6 month realm is a minute. Yeah.
So 6 years. 6 years. Yeah, that is serious. That's time right there. Yeah. So how do y'all, and especially being gay?
Yeah.
It's how? Tell me. Whatever secrets you got, tell me, please.
I think you have to allow each other that room to grow. Because you're always going to grow. Nobody stops growing. You're always going to grow. Your personalities are going to grow. And I think it's important to allow that other person to grow. Obviously, the objective is to grow together, but you have to allow each other that space, allow each other that growth. I mean, I take my hat off to Robert because I'm no angel. I'm no angel. I don't attest to being the easiest person to deal with 24/7. I know sometimes I'm a pain in the ass. You know. And, you know, Robert, he has his, you know, we all have our quirks, but just sort of allowing that person that time and that space and allowing them that growth. And you got to pick your battles, man. Yeah. He's a Scorpio, I'm a Leo, and I'm a July Leo. And I got a lot of my mom's Virgo in me. Wow. So eventually somebody just has to be the bigger person. If not, it's going to be a Mexican cockfight. But when you love each other enough to sort of give that to the other person, you know, that's why it's, you know, love conquers all. Yeah. So you got to pick your battles. If you love each other enough, you get to anything. But we just have like that, you know, we're friends and we're, you know, it goes beyond, we're partners, and like I said, we're business partners. So it just goes well beyond that.
So how do you balance artistry, creativity, professional work, and the relationship?
I try not to think about it.
Just live.
I call it horse blinders. I put my horse blinders on, I don't pay any attention to what's going on around me, and I just go 100 miles an hour straight ahead. I'm a very results and solution-oriented person.
Okay.
So I don't pay. I don't think about it. It's just like even when we were in Black Gay Pride and Quincy's like, we got to do this, and how are we going to do it? I'm like, I'm just not thinking about it. We're just going to do it. I just don't. I don't want to think, because that's when you go, can I?
Like we were talking about before, about cleaning and everything like that. I just get overwhelmed. Just
right. It's like
jump in.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And there's always that voice that creeps up on me when I get in that zone, when I get in that starting to think about a place, and it always happens right before something important, or even right before a show. Sometimes it's minutes before I'm getting ready to walk out on stage that little inner critic comes in my head and goes, who the fuck do you think you are? Who do you think you are that you could actually pull this off? And you just gotta cut it off at the knees and keep it moving. So that's where the horse blinders come in. I just don't pay, I don't think about it, and I keep going, because you drive yourself crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to take your advice. I'm glad this is recorded. I'm going to be playing this back all night. Alright, so there's a couple of things I kind of said, wait. This past weekend was Philly Black Pride, and you were with Maurice Jamal. Yeah, I remember you told me there was a big announcement.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this big announcement that you have.
Maurice Jamal is the founder and president of Glow TV. He came all the way into Philly to present me to the audience that evening, and we announced that I was going to be featured in his upcoming documentary, I Am Hip Hop. And it's basically focusing on and highlighting out LGBT hip hop artists. You know, in years past, you know, that was something that was definitely frowned upon or not even accepted in the hip hop scene. And if you listen to rap songs, it's faggot this and faggot that. It's something really that's trying to usurp your manhood. You know what I mean? And thank God we're really reaching a much different place now than years past. So this documentary is right on time, and I'm honored that they asked me to be part of it. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm honored. It's really cool.
Let's see where we at. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Oh my goodness. Well, I actually kind of like skipped around and got most of these questions.
Cool.
Out there, I want to get up there with this because I have some other notes on here. We did good. We did really good. I think
that flew by.
We covered everything.
Oh, cool.
So, everyone, again, this is Tony Enos. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you introduce this next video.
Okay.
Well, not next video. I'm saying like we're doing a video countdown or something.
Remember back in the day?
Yeah. Alright, so no, I'm going to allow Tony to do for us real quick because we're about to close out. I was going to close out with my Kirk Franklin song, but I actually was able to get a hold of a video he did. And can you tell us about it? And I'm going to get ready to play it. This was the last single off the Did It Right album. It's called Get It. I actually really enjoyed performing this song live. The video is basically a gay Cinderella story kind of set in a parallel universe in 17th century Paris, so it has a very sort of Parisian feel. An interesting side note, there was a huge divide on this video. If people loved it, they loved it. It was the best thing since sliced bread. If people hated it, or they fucking hated everything about it, there was, you know, so it was really interesting to see sort of that great divide. I enjoyed it. It was my first video. I enjoyed making it. You know, it's a fun song. So I have a request for you.
Yeah, sure,
because we wanted to be able to premiere the new video.
Yeah.
So is it possible that you can let us premiere it some other time?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Maybe after the release or something.
Before it goes online. Yeah, I would like that. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to have Tony premiere. And I have guests. Excuse me, coming in my house all loud while I'm broadcasting. The Monkey Boy.
But we love you.
Alright, so here we go. This is Get It with your wait, I can't do that yet. Because they gotta know how to find you.
www.tonyenos.com. TONY. E is in Eric, N is in Nancy, O is in Octopus, S is in Sam.com. TonyEnos.com. What? Because you know I got the real thick accent.
Yeah.
So on the phone it's that constantly.
Yeah.
Enoch. E is in Eric, N is in Nancy, O is in Octagon, S is in Sam.
There you go. Alright, so you guys already looked him up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play this video for you right now. And I hope you guys enjoy. Again, the Purple Party is next weekend. There was a competition I put out there real quick. I got so much I'm trying to say and do. The competition was Kevyn M deems himself the blank of the blank. If you got that answer right, then I have 2 tickets for you for the purple party. Nobody got it right.